I am remiss if I do not remind you that the private resource for which we use to legally discharge firearms does not meet the code requirement language for a shooting range.
Despite dozens of neighborhood complaints over noise and safety, the Ada County Planning and Zoning Commission has now approved a special permit for a shooting range on Arata Ranch Road. Welcome to the News at 10. I'm Abby Wilt. This decision follows an Ada County Sheriff's Office investigation into a range already operating on private property near Cartwright Road. The owners were seeking a conditional use permit to continue operating as a commercial range, and that permit was approved last night. Let's bring in Derek Kay now, who joins us in studio. Derica, this decision comes after 4 hours of public testimony last night.
Yes, that's right. William Junk has been a resident of Hidden Springs for almost 20 years. He says he's concerned about the commissioner's vote, which was 4-3 on approving a permit to allow a shooting range to operate in the Boise foothills, even though it is on private land.
Rapid fire of gun tends to be interpreted in your brain as a potential risk.
William Junk, a retired local in Hidden Springs, says it was about 2 years ago when he noticed an uptick in gunshots.
But when you hear it, you start thinking, is this something that I need to be concerned about?
By September 2024, Ada County had received reports of a possible gun range operating in the Boise foothills, prompting a code enforcement investigation. That investigation revealed an unpermitted shooting range active on privately owned property off North Cartwright Road, near Junk's neighborhood.
The impact generally is that the sound is found to be disturbing by many people. And it isn't like your neighbor going out and running the lawnmower or the leaf blower.
The shooting range is operated by Valiance Firearms Training and has been active for more than a year without a permit. Code enforcement told the property owners they had to bring the range into compliance, a process that requires a public hearing.
There's a lot of opposed. That is incredibly rare usually. Usually we have one that's very one-sided. So
during a November 13th hearing, property owner Michael Forsyth addressed the commissioners.
We have never received a citation for a code violation. Therefore, there is no conclusive order by a court that we have violated the code.
The commission required a sound study, which Forsyth says he turned in after the first hearing.
The results of the sound study show without question that the use of the private resource for the discharge of firearms never reaches or crosses the Idaho code threshold of 64 decibels.
However, another community member debunked those studies, saying it was a conflict of interest.
Tech Hub, which is led by Mr. Matt Archer, performed both first and second studies. Mr. Archer is a personal acquaintance of the applicant, and he is a current member of Valiance Training, and he is a poster on public social media in support of Valiance.
Another concern was the shooting range possibly harming wildlife habitat areas. However, one person in favor of the permit said that wasn't true.
As you can see right there, there are deer just a few yards away from where all of the shooting activities occur. I've personally been down there. I was down there that day and saw those very deer. They are not spooked. They're not even acting skittish. They're conducting normal behavioral activities during the course of fire that was going on at that time. Now, it is to be noted that these activities that are in question are done by private individuals on private property, and that should really be the bottom line there.
Residents also mentioned fire risk. The property owners and gun range owner, however, provided a fire abatement study to the commissioners, confirming they complied with fire safety suggestions and will use Eagle Fire District as a resource.
And Derica, what comes next now in this process?
Well, they are in compliance, so they can go back to operations.
All right, thank you, Derica.